Hi there, welcome again to OTCR Off the Cuff Reviews with me, Jules Brown. I'm now going to be reviewing an album by the name of Today by Galaxie 500, which was released in February 1988 on Aurora Records. This is their debut, and the band lineup was Damon Krukowski, Dean Wareham, and Naomi Yang. They did 3 studio albums, did Galaxie 500, and whilst I wouldn't say this is the best of their 3 albums, I don't think it's the worst of their 3 albums either. So you know where I'm going to put it. It's their second best studio album for me. It starts off with the track Flowers, with the distinctive Naomi Yang bass playing. She plays a bass, I suppose you could describe it similar to how Peter Hook of New Order plays a bass, rather like a lead instrument. Maybe Naomi's is a bit more subtle than Peter Hook's work, but just as important to the music of Galaxie 500 as Peter Hook's was in the music of New Order and Joy Division, for that matter. Good work. A nice way to start the album. Soaring guitars. Dean with his strummed continuous guitar banging away, strumming away, and with his distinctive lead guitar parts over the top. Shuffling drums by Damon. Quite distinctive of his drumming as well. There's a lot of it's not your usual run-of-the-mill rock drummer drumming. It's quite subtle. Lots of use of tom-toms, quite laid back though, and brushes on the snare. Just nice work. Nice bright start to the album. Track number 2 is a track called Pictures. This is a slowish, understated number with the tom-toms in there again. Pretty tune, kind of Velvet Underground-y in places where there's obviously some influences there. And track number 3, Parking Lot, is a nice little tune. To quote it, sitting on a subway train and watching all the people lose their senses, hiding in a parking lot and watching all the people fall to pieces. Lovely lyrics, quite deep. He's not writing his poem on a dog biscuit at this stage, but it's still interesting stuff. Dean harmonizing with himself on lead vocals. I see some similarities to Antipodean Flying Nun band, the Bats, maybe on the song Parking Lot to a certain degree. And Dean's distinctive distorted lead guitar. Sort of a lot of these songs have a similar sort of format with 2 of Dean's guitars, one playing the rhythm, playing quite fast in a sort of maybe Velvet sort of way, with a sort of a lead guitar wailing over the top of it with plenty of overdrive. Track number 4 on this album, which is the last track on side 1, which is a cover version of a Jonathan Richman song, Don't Let Your Youth Go to Waste. It's got a sort of live jam kind of feel to it, this one. You can imagine them improvising it quite a lot if they play it live. I'm sure they would have done back in the day. Quite a nice version of the song. You can tell they're kind of fans of Jonathan Richman by the style of their music, so it's no surprise that they should cover this track. Side 2 starts with Temperature Rising, which is a with strummed electric guitar, the lead bass effect again from Naomi Yang, soaring vocals, has the quiet and loud, and Dean harmonizing again with himself vocally. Track number 6, or the second track, I should say, on side 2. I do have this album on CD as well, but I thought I'd review the vinyl version, seeing as it's I don't know. I think it's more, somehow you think it's more authentic, don't you? There are a couple of bonus tracks on the CD. It's the only Galaxie 500 album I own on vinyl. The other studio albums I've got on CD. So that's why I've chosen today to review today. Whoa, clever stuff. Oblivious with its bubblegum poppy, almost verging on twee, but it's never quite twee. Why we come out with all these labels? People referred to Galaxie 500 as shoegaze, slowcore. What is that? What even is that? Sorry, but maybe I'm a bit too old to acknowledge some of these labels. Dream pop. There was some poll in some music magazine that listed this album as one of the top 30 dream pop albums of all time. What is it? I have no idea. Anyway, back to the songs. Oblivious we were on. As I say, verging on twee, but there's always something a bit more there for Galaxie 500 than just simply calling it a twee song. It's quite abrasive, so it's not in that sense. It's not twee at all. I'd rather stay in bed with you until it's time to get a drink. Great lyric. A tonal harmonica solo at the end there as well, that one, which comes to you out of the blue. I wasn't oblivious to it. Track number 7, or the third track on side 2, It's Getting Late. This is a lovely track. Fairly soars it does. Just a few chords, and hey presto, you've got a great song. Magic. Lovely simple guitar solo. There seems to be some strings or keyboards in the mix there, not acknowledged. I didn't notice it I didn't look that closely at the record. I didn't notice to see who plays those keys. Maybe it's Kramer, the producer. He does a good job on this album, keeping everything very simple. And a nice discordant, a tonal as well, guitar solo by Dean Wareham in It's Getting Late. And after that, we have a track which is actually an instrumental called Instrumental, which chugs along in a Velvet sort of manner, 60s garage bandy fashion, if you like. And then the last song on the album is one of the highlights, probably, I think, of Galaxie 500's short-lived 3 studio album career, a song called Tugboat. One of my favorites, probably in my top 3 favorite Galaxie 500 songs. Beautiful, euphoric number. Definitely a high point in their career. Guitars sound great in this song, and the great distinctive drums by Damon Krakowski in the mix. Keeping it simple, but doing something that most of us mere mortals wouldn't think about doing these rhythms, I suppose, that Damon puts into these songs. So he deserves some credit, definitely. Definitely distinctive drums and bass by Naomi Yang as well. So there you have the review of the debut album by Galaxie 500, released in February 1988, called Today. A lovely album, as I say, probably not on fire. I think most people regard to be their best album. It's a subjective matter, of course, but I would still give this album, I would give it an 8, just creeping up to 8.25, perhaps. Between 8 and 8.25. That's even more stupid. A stupid mark, really, isn't it? But yeah, somewhere around the 8 to 8.25 mark anyway. Thanks for listening. I'm Jules Brown. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to hear more reviews from my music collection, which is all over the board, but I like to think fairly discerning. And it'd be nice to see you and hear any comments from you. So again, that's me done for today. Have a good rest of the weekend, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot for listening. Thank you. Bye bye.